So the third unit, which is about reactive power voltage control. Okay. So that reactive power, I have said many of them are saying that reactive power means useless power. That is, what is the useless power means? It is not be effectively used in order to operate the device. So that reactive power, which is come from what, from which of the devices, the the equipments which we are using in the power system, which generates that reactive power. So in order to compensate that reactive power, what are the things we are going to do? We need to, without reactive power, we can't use the power. So what are the ways that the reactive power can be compensated? So any responses from your side? I'm waiting for a reply. So in what way the reactive power can be compensated? What are the generators of the reactive power? What are the generators of the reactive power? What are the components of the that is generation of the reactive power? Students, I'm waiting for a reply. So kindly reply. Anybody is there? I'm waiting for a reply. Which are the generations of the reactive power? What are the components which creates the reactive power? Please, I'm waiting for a reply. Okay, Ramya Kumar is there. Ramya Kumari. Can you able to say me that what are the generators of that reactive power? What are the components which creates the reactive power? Not capacitor is not creating the reactive power. Okay, inductor is okay. What else? Jabin has referred reactance. Okay, actually reactance is the, it is not a component. Okay, it is not a component. I'm asking any devices name. Okay, actually inductor is one component and capacitor is also a component. Capacitor is not a thing which creates the reactive power. Okay, so inductors okay. And what else? What are the any components? Yes, what are the components which we are using in a power system? Okay, from the generator, okay, transformer, wherever we are using that inductor, that is winding, that it is termed as the generation causes of the reactive power. So how we can compensate the reactive power means with the help of capacitors, capacitor banks, that is a fax devices, which mainly comprises of that combination of that both capacitor and inductor, which denotes as a fax devices. So SVC, I think you have heard about these words, SVC, STATCOMs, those things. So that's why here what I'm trying to say means the capacitor. What is the purpose of capacitor? With the help of capacitor plays the main role, which controls the voltage parameter. So in order to control the reactive power, we need to control the voltage. So how we can control the voltage? So how we can control the voltage? How we can control the voltage with the help of the capacitor? That's why here I'm saying. So I have shared you the 20 questions. First we will see that those 20 questions. So what voltage regulation means, what we have to know. So the regulation means there is a certain conditions, predefined conditions. So we have to satisfy those principles. Okay, that's known as a regulation, because how we are studying under the regulation 2017. So there is a regulation 2013 is also be there. So there is a difference between them. Okay, regulation 2000 having certain syllabuses difference like that. Here voltage is also different. Okay, voltage regulation means for a particular power plant we are predefining the conditions. So here answer for this, what we can say means, the per unit change in the sending end voltage magnitude for a specific variation the receiving end voltage from no load to full load. Actually, in machines, you have studied this in the formula. Okay, the same thing here we are saying. It is sending end voltage, receiving end voltage. Sending end means from the generator, receiving end means from the demand side. That is a load side. Okay, consumers who are getting the power. So that we are scaling that voltage parameter, that depending upon the variation in the voltage from no load to full load, we are calculating it as the voltage regulation. Okay. So the next one, which is about the change in real power, P. Okay, produces little effect on the receiving end voltage, because we have to see all the four things. Okay, why the real power is changed. Okay, that is changed means drop only. I think most of the places the receiving sending end voltage will be dropped, um, due to what? Due to some losses or some reactive powers. So that's the thing. So here the the all the four parameters having the voltage drop. Okay, here we have to give the particular thing, because all the four options is having the voltage drop. So here what we have to say means, so voltage drop associated with the change in the quadrature with reference voltage. Okay, so how we are saying it is as a drop, we have to compare with it a reference voltage. So while comparing the reference voltage, it is quite little bit decreases. The voltage decreases, so it is termed as that voltage drop. And because the option A and option B is having the same letters, except here in phase, here in quadrature. Okay, so the in phase here represents that there is no that power factor matters. Okay, so normally in a power system, the power factor here denotes that in a reactive power system it lags. So lags here represents at what angle it has to be there. So in that pi, the power is efficiently matters, that is shifts, okay, from the sending end to the receiving end. So that's why here we are representing it as, we are not calculating in phase, we are not picking the option as in phase. That's why we are selecting it as a quadrature. Okay, so before answering, we have to check it what the question you have exactly asked. So like that we have to change. Okay, likewise, the change in the reactive power Q produces the large effect on the receiving end, because so reactive power is also be there. So this is opposite to the real power. Okay, we know very well that the active power which always goes with it in the line, the reactive power acts which is opposite to that of real power. So if the active power, that is real power, is then the quadrature needs that reactive power will be in the in phase direction. Okay, So while we are drawing the phasor diagram, we can get to the clear idea. But in these cases, they will ask like this only. So we have to get a clear idea. The change in the real power means the receiving end voltage, what will be there? That voltage drop will be quadrature in angle. So likewise, that reactive power change means that it will be in the real power change. Okay, so that's why we are changing the parameters. And then we have to know about the important thing, the synchronous generator. So depending upon the synchronous generator, whether it it gives both the thing, okay, that it supplies the reactive power as well as the absorbs the reactive power, okay, that because we need both the powers, reactive powers, okay, so that one component which is used to do the things which is synchronous generator, so here it will do both the thing. So depending upon the conditions which we are applied in a power system, synchronous generators are used. Okay, so I think already in the material they have having the book. Okay, so if they here the particular they are asking if the excitation is increased. So excitation is increased means we are going for supplying reactive power. Okay, why I am saying means that is excitation means where we are giving in the inductor coil. So wherever the coil carries that current, that reactive power will always in that is increases. So oppositely, if the excitation is decreased means what? It absorbs the reactive power. Okay. So based upon the excitation of the synchronous generator, it will supply the reactive power or absorb the reactive power. So with the help of the reactive power compensator, it is possible to have what? Okay. So why we are going for compensation? In order to get the constant voltage as well as the unity power factor. So that is our main aim. Why we are going for reactive power compensation means we are going for both the constant voltage and the unity power factor. Okay, that you have to know. Then sixth question, that what is meant by surge impedance? Anybody having idea about that? What is meant by surge impedance? Surge impedance. It is a very, very important topic in this unit. Surge impedance. Okay. The surge impedance means in order to nullify the reactive power. That's the thing. The impedance which is used to make the reactive power as zero. Okay, that is that known as surge impedance. Okay, so here in this question, the surge impedance of the transmission line is represented by L. It is a L. It's not a one. Okay, L is line series inductance per length. C is the distributed capacitance per length. Okay, we know very well. So how the reactive power is compensated with the help of the voltage control? How the voltage can be controlled with the help of the capacitor? So capacitor is the main parameter. So they have derived so much formulas. And finally, we can get it as root of L by C. So this is the formula in order to obtain the surge impedance. Okay. Next, surge impedance loading is represented as, okay, they have given the term that voltage is represented as kilovolt and Z naught is the that surge impedance loading. Okay, so impedance we know very well. So Z which is equal to that how we are saying I V equal to I R. and R which is equal to V by I. Similarly, here while substituting all those values, we are getting it as V square divided by Z naught. Okay, so that's why we are performing this, and then based upon this formula, I have asked one more problem. Okay, so a three-phase 50 hertz transmission line operates at 220 kilovolt. The line has a 400 ohm surge impedance. So find the surge impedance loading. So here I have represented 121 MVA, okay, mega volt ampere. This is the formula which we have used, the surge impedance formula. While substituting those values, you are getting it as 121 megawatt. Okay, so megawatt ampere. Okay, so then voltage collapse typically occurs in, okay, so where the voltage collapse takes place. Collapse means what? That blackout. That blackout means how we can take it. Here they are given the four reasons: heavily loaded line, faulted line, reactive power shortages in the line. Okay, so I think based upon these three, based upon these three parameters, the voltages collapse. Okay, so all of the three reasons that voltage gets collapsed. Okay, so the power system stability means what? Where the system has to be stable. Okay, we have to know. So these are the things that we are going to think about that. The first one, under normal operating conditions means the demand at a normal state. That also we have to be think about that. Then to restore the that is there any disturbances, blackout, okay, or some sudden fault occurs. So on that time we need the power systems to be stable. Stable means our aim is what? We have to supply the consumer at a not interruption, okay, not interruption stage, and at a stable condition. Okay, that's the thing. That's thing. The 10th option denotes both A and B. So the time scale of that transient voltage stability due to that 1 second, okay, because nowadays it is improved. Okay, improved means some microseconds levels also they have represented. So while the any fault occurs, so within that region that it has to be restored quickly. Okay, that's why that 1 second, and then that OLTC. Okay, OLTC means online, okay, tap changer. That is that online tap changer is that it is a transformer which helps the uh, which helps the thing, okay, which helps that the time scale of the voltage parameter which improves, okay, that how it to act. So depending how the auto transformer works, only single winding, but here we are getting two windings. So depending upon the transient voltage, we are getting it up. Okay, that's the thing. That's the 2 minutes. And then which of the following methods are used for reactive or voltage compensation? Shunt capacitor, series capacitor, and the generation excitation control. Okay, so based upon the capacitor connection, okay, so we can control the voltage, and based upon that voltage compensation, we are controlling the reactive power, that is the excitation control. Okay, the OLTC, you have to know about the OLTC. I will show you in the book material. So it does not improve the voltage stability. Okay, it protect the equipment from the transient voltages. Okay, so when it will act as a voltage stability one, the reactive power status at load bus improves. Okay, reactive power status at load bus improves. Okay, usually the transformer which helps to step up or step down the voltage parameter. Here, that online tap, there are two modes are there, online and offline. So online means here represents that, that it is directly connected to the grid. Okay, that stage. The reactive power status at the load bus improves. The line compensation improves the power system operation by, these are the things which have to be done. Okay, voltage closer to the nominal value reduces the line current and losses and enhance the stability. So static wear compensator, that is SVC. So it is a voltage control shunt com compensation device. Okay, so based upon the switch we are using in the device, it is termed as voltage control or current control. Okay, so that we have to be done. It is usually connected in a shunt type. So the types of that is SVC are both A and B. So these are the two types. There are so many types in the book. You have to be in remember. Okay, memorize those names. Sometimes they will ask the acronym of that compensation devices. Okay. So excitation voltage control is fast acting. Okay. Yes, so that is that it is in a starting stage. So once we are giving a supply to that excitation, that voltage level, it it acts as to control. The controlling system also is to be fast. So it's a true. Similarly, the transience in excitation control vanishes very slowly. Not. What is meant by transient? It is a sudden changes in that term. Vanishes means it is disappears. Not, it is not suddenly disappears. Even if we are not using that transient control devices, surge arresters, lightning arresters. So those type of equipments we are not using in the system, we can go for that thing. So which is termed as false. Okay. So so this is about that. So this is about that terms that we are saying it as. So this is about the 20 things. Okay. So 20 questions that I have shared to you. Yeah, I'm not going to finish it. All, all of the sudden they are, wait, I didn't finish it. So just I have to show you. Wait a minute. Don't leave the meeting. I'm not going to teach it. Just I'm going to say, refer those things. Key points only I'm going to say. So this is about the synchronous generator. Either it supplies the reactive power or it supplies the that absorbs the reactive power. So they based upon the excitation only they are represent. That excitation is depends upon the reference value in the regulator. How we are studying in a control system, likewise. Okay, so you have to know about the exciter and exciter equation. Okay, that's the main thing. So types of excitation system they will ask surely. So in a DC generators we will use a DC supply. is battery as excitation system, that is AC, as well as the static system. Okay, so these are the three classifications. So DC means DC supply, AC means you are giving the AC alternating current supply, static means you are using the static devices. Static devices means that SVC, thyristor, IGBTs, those devices we are using here. Okay. This is the thyristor network which we are using there. Okay. So first you concentrate in the excitation system, three types of excitation system. And these are the block diagrams we have to know. Okay, this is that parts. So first, these are the AVR. They will surely ask what is from the AVR, that automatically that voltage has to be controlled with the help of the closed loop control system. So these are the five parts, and based upon the five parts, we are not going to derive. So kindly remember the title and respective equation, last equation, final equation, and final block diagram. Sometimes they will ask the ranges. So kindly remember and memorize. Okay, no problem. These and all you can memorize. So we have to know about the time constant values of respective the thing. Okay, AVR. And the static and dynamic analysis, they will ask the conditions. Okay, by the help of that, what are the parameters you can achieve. Final result, you can uh, get it. How the stabilization can be achieved. Okay, the help of that AVR root locale also we can done it, or otherwise we have to that use this compensation techniques. These are the types of that compensation techniques. Uh, Static shunt, synchronous condenser. So all these seven parameters. So all these seven parameters which has to be uh, memorized. So kindly go through it. Okay. Because each one is having some speciality. So that speciality has to be underlined, and you have to make a highlight in your mind. Okay, if you make at that point only, you can suddenly get an idea from that exam. Okay, so for each and kindly read it and take the main point. What is the use of this capacitor? What is the use of that shunt reactor? And this is about the tap changing transformer. So this is about, this is the thing that I have discussed in the MCQ. Okay, online, offline, tap load changing transformer. Okay, so kindly go through this. Good. So on load means that even though the power is flowing, we are not switching off that transformer. That while the current flowing itself, we are making changes of voltage levels. That's known as the on load tap changing. Okay, it's about the on load tap changing, and off load tap changing is also there. So these are the types of that SVC. So these are fax devices. All are this used to um, control the voltage as well as the reactive power. So I think these kind of problems, that is just a substitution problems only they are going to ask it. So kindly practice that two to three lines solved problems in the book. Okay, these are the given datas, and based upon the formulas, we are substituting and we are getting the answer. So they are asking that capacity of the SVC. For example, this is the formula. Okay, based upon the given data, we are substituting, and finally you are getting the answer. So kindly go through this simply solved problems in this unit. Okay, I think 4 to 5 problems will be there. Okay, so first one you have to find out the surge impedance loading. Next one, you have to be calculate the capacity of the tax deviation, that is SPC, and some reactive power and power calculations they will be asked. I think there will be 5 problems will be there. So kindly practice these 5 problems. Okay, then only we can solve or we can attend the questions in the unit 3. Okay, 1 mark we can attend very easily, because if we understand the concept we can do it, but the problem, if you know the formula only you can solve it. Okay, so that's all about the today's session. And